It can only be attributable to human error.
You're entering paranormal.
He meddled in things that you
Where will we go next? This phantom from another time.
No one but tomorrow.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
That is one big pile of shit.
Welcome to Cryptid Campfire this week. Today we're talking about Doberman Pinschers.
Oh, we're gonna pinch some.
I wish. No, we're talking about the Dover Demon.
Ooh.
Dover is a small town in Massachusetts that has a population of 7,000 people.
All right. Before you get into your geography,
That wasn't...
who the hell are you?
I am Eli Watson.
And who are you?
I'm Jasmine With.
And I'm Alex Daikaiju, and you're listening to
Cryptid
Cryptid Campfire.
All right.
All right, so
As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted.
Ooh, rude. We're talking about the Dover Demon.
Dover Demon. Let's see. I got the population of Dover is 7,000 people, but let's check right now. Dover, Massachusetts.
If you live in Dover, Massachusetts, please email us at cryptidcampfirepodcast@gmail.com
Holy
and
crap.
tell us how many people live in your state.
It's 6,000 people in the town of Dover, so it's
Ooh.
really small.
Oh man, they lost 1,000 people.
Well,
Yeah.
there's also a Dover, Ohio, I think, which was really confusing for me when I was doing my research because we just talked about the Melonheads last week, which are in Ohio. And so I kept reading Dover, and I was like, wait, where am I? It's Massachusetts.
Well, not everything's about Ohio.
You know
Jasmine.
what? Maybe I want to make it about Ohio.
Yeah, maybe we're just doing nothing but Ohio stuff for
Well,
this
there's a-
new year.
There's hella cryptids in Ohio, though. They have a Bigfoot conference
I know. I wasn't aware until Eli made me aware
via Twitter.
Yeah.
via Twitter. So let's travel back to Dover, Massachusetts. The year is 1977.
That's the year Star Wars came out,
Ooh.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind,
Mm-hmm.
Suspiria,
Whoa.
and a Dracula movie straight to TV that was scored by John Williams.
Is that the one with Frank Langella?
I'm not sure. I've never seen it, but I
Oh.
want to.
Well, let's check it out. On the next episode of Cryptid Campfire, we watch an old Dracula movie.
So do we want to tackle the Dover Demon by first explaining what it looks like and what it is, or do we just want to go with the sightings first?
I feel like from the sightings, we'll gain an understanding of what it looks like.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
let's go over the sightings, and then we'll kind of piece together.
I have the word for word accounts, if you guys would like me to read those.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there were only 3 sightings
Yeah,
over
so
a period of 2 days.
Strap in. Each one's 45 minutes in length. Just
No,
like-
no, no.
Here we go.
If you're like looking at the podcast, you're like, wait a second, it's not even
This-
45 minutes.
This is 3 hours long.
So the first one came from William Bartlett. He was 17 years old at the time when he saw the creature, and boy, does he have a way of describing things. So here we go. And this is word for word. This is what he said.
Old Billy Bartlett.
Who did he say this to? Did you get that information?
To the police.
To the police?
I'm assuming the police.
Okay, I was only asking because he was also interviewed by, I believe, Lauren Coleman, who I think we'll talk about later. Yeah?
Oh, you did
Is
more
that his name?
research than me.
Oh man.
You don't know who Lauren Coleman is?
Ooh.
I know who Cliff is.
Yikes.
Cliff Notes.
All right. We'll talk about Lauren in a bit.
So good old Billy here. He
Billy
says,
Bartlett.
The bizarre tale begins at 10:32 p.m. on April 21st. Wait, what?
That's what he said.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
All right.
Yes, why doesn't it make any sense?
Because the rest of the sentence reads this. On April 21st, as 3 17-year-olds, Bill Bartlett, Mike Mazoka, and Andy Brody are driving north on Farm Street.
That's correct.
That doesn't... It can't be his word-for-word recount if that's how it...
Oh.
He talked in the third person a lot.
So I guess at first he thought it was a dog or a cat until his headlight shone on it and he realized it's nothing he's ever seen before. The figure slowly turns its head and stares into the light. Its 2 large, round, glassy, lidless eyes shining brightly like 2 orange marbles. Its watermelon-shaped head. It's a melon head!
Oh, no!
Resting at the top of a thin neck is the size of the rest of its body. Wow, that's a pretty large brain.
No. It's a nerd.
Its thin, long, spindly arms and legs, large hands and feet. The skin is hairless and peach-colored and appears to have a rough texture, like wet sandpaper. That's what Bartlett said. It said it looked like wet sandpaper. Oh, he's telling this to Lauren Coleman.
Hey!
Oh.
I would assume that's how you say his name. I didn't look up any videos on the actual pronunciation. It's spelled Loren. Sounds like Lauren to me, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
It looks like Lauren. That's how I would say it.
Okay, so Lauren Conrad?
Coleman.
Coleman.
Oh, so this is word-for-word recount from Lauren Coleman's accounts.
Because Lauren Coleman, he's a professional researcher and the director of the International Cryptozoology Museum in Portland, Maine. So he's very well known within the cryptozoology community.
Field trip.
According to the internet.
And the internet never lies.
Well, that's the only place for cryptozoologists to go, is the internet.
The interwebs.
Yeah, but we're going to Maine, and we're going to visit Stephen King while we're there, too.
Yeah, we're going to eat some lobster. I
Sounds like a plan.
I got a lot of questions for Stephen King about Maximum Overdrive.
So, yeah, that was the first sighting, I guess.
Yes, I have more to add to the first sighting, though.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's not really that important.
I guess he was the only one who saw it in the car.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. His friends, Mike and Andy, did not report seeing the creature. But apparently, after they drove away, William, also known as Bill, was like, "Did you guys see that?" And they were like, "No, go back, go back." And so they did actually turn around and go back. And I guess that
the creature was gone.
Well, the creature was gone, but like Mike and Andy were taunting it and like trying to like get it to come back out. And Bill was all like, "No, we're not doing this." So, yes. He also thinks that he saw the creature again a year later. Bill does, when he was on the same street. He was with, I believe, his girlfriend.
No way!
Yeah,
I did not get this.
Yeah. He all that happened was he was in the car when a small creature banged on his car and then ran off. He doesn't know for sure if it was the same creature or if it was a prank or a hoax or anything like that.
A raccoon.
But yeah, possibly he saw it twice.
It was
once.
the Dover Demon getting revenge for Mike and Andy's insults a year before.
Yeah, probably.
It's like dented his car, scratched his car with its keys.
So Bill's the one who has given the most information on the sighting, and we'll probably talk a little bit more about him later. But let's hear about.
He also said, "I swear on a stack of Bibles that I've seen this."
Yes, because he
Bill.
created a sketch. He drew
a comedy
picture.
sketch?
Yes, he drew a picture of what the creature looked like, and he signed it with that statement.
Yep.
Saying that he swore on a stack of Bibles that he saw it.
And we'll have to post a picture of what the sketch is, because
yeah, I'll post it.
It's pretty cute.
So on the same night, there was.
I feel like
I like how I just accepted that. Like he's like, it's pretty cute, and I just move on with.
I feel like if I saw that, I would be pretty freaked out.
Yeah.
I would be like, "That was an ugly baby moose."
Oh, what? Whoa.
So the same night, someone else saw it.
John Baxter,
John Baxter,
son of Bruce Baxter, who was on the Venture, the USS Venture, when they went to Skull Island in 1933.
Oh,
they saw King Kong.
Okay.
You're trying to sabotage the whole podcast with some random ass trivia that nobody knows about.
It's about King Kong.
Well, yeah, but we're trying to have a conversation here about the Dover Demon.
And you're ruining it.
Yeah, that's the whole point. I'm the one who makes the dumb jokes. And
You're
people
ruining it.
Yeah.
Stealing your thunder,
Yeah,
Alex.
that's my gimmick.
It's too late. It's been done.
It's over. This is the last episode of Cryptid Campfire. Thank you for tuning in. There's a disbalance in the force, a disturbance.
So John Baxter was walking home from his girlfriend Kathy Cronin's house when he saw the creature. But he didn't think it was a creature at first. He actually thought it was a boy from school. Why are you laughing?
Because that is one ugly kid.
Listen, it was dark. There were shadows. He thought it looked like
It looked
little MG Bouchard.
Where's that?
MG did.
MG Bouchard. Oh,
He did
no.
listen. He did have a deformed head. This real person,
Oh,
MG
no.
Bouchard. So he
It
thought
was a real life melon head.
the Melonheads and the Dover Demon have a lot of overlap, it seems.
Yeah.
But he thought it might have been this boy from school. But when he realized it wasn't,
Whoa, you gotta build up the suspense there.
I got what suspense is there?
Because
Because they
he
had a
was
stare
like-
down, right? They had a stare down.
The
No, he
suspense is
said-
that
He
What?
called out. He called out to him.
He
He was
said-
like, "Yo, kid."
he said, "Hey, MG Bouchard, are you ready for that test tomorrow?"
But he didn't respond.
And the Dover Demon just stared at him
And they were walking.
because it had realized it had
And
forgot to study for the test.
And that's why it turned around to run away, because he had to go study.
And then a quick little to be continued showed up on the bottom left screen.
But the Dover Demon, or this creature, ran off, and he followed it down to, I think, the creek. I'm not sure. Into the woods. But then the creature started staring at him, and he was afraid that it might attack. So that's when he ran away and hitchhiked with some couple.
Yeah, some couple just picked up this kid.
They did.
Yeah.
He also described it as being molded around the top of a rock.
Yes.
That's interesting.
So
It'll
what
come
does
later.
that mean?
Like, it was just part of it.
It was so organic
To the rock.
to the rock
Interesting.
that it seemed melded to it.
Okay.
Like a part of it.
Interesting.
Let's see.
Camouflage almost.
Ooh. That MG Bouchard, man.
And
Don't
then
know how he does
then,
it.
Then John Baxter went hitchhiking after that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I said.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's
All right.
Is John Baxter also the one who drew the other picture, or was that the next one?
I think that... Oh, no, it was Abby.
Abby, who we are going to talk about now.
Abby Brabham. Brabham.
Brabham.
Branham.
Branham?
Branham.
What? I got B.
B.
Rabham.
Nope, I got Branham.
I got several sources that say Brabham.
Eli's got the sources.
Yeah. it's true.
Let's look it up. Is it Abby Branham or Brabham?
Brabham?
Maybe I'm just dyslexic. It's okay.
Dear Abby Brabham, if you're out there listening, please let us know how to pronounce your last name.
I'm sorry. I might have skimmed it wrong and written down the wrong spelling. I apologize.
That's okay.
Well, there's both exist. I don't
Both
know.
exist?
I don't know which
there-
one is
There's two Abbeys.
Dover.
It's
Well-
a glitch in the Matrix.
Whoa, let's save that for a later episode.
Abby
Spoilers.
Brabham. Let's see.
Let's see what we got here.
It's a parabola.
Well,
Let's see.
I
Oh
don't know-
yeah, Wikipedia says Brabham.
Well, I don't know why we're getting so caught up with Abby Brabham's name, because she was being driven home by Will Taintor.
I don't understand why that's so funny.
Will Taint.
His name's Will Taintor.
Tainer?
Taintor.
Tainer.
Taintor.
He's 18.
We're not all from Ohio,
Yeah.
Jasmine.
What does that have to do with anything?
These crazy goofball names.
I guess that is a pretty
That is a pretty
Midwestern
cool-
name.
That's like a really weird Conan the Barbarian knockoff. Taintor the Barbarian. And the gimmick is that he doesn't wear a loincloth.
There's not a lot of details about their encounter with the creature. I basically read that they saw it on a bridge, and that was it.
Yeah, let's see. Hold
Let's
on.
see.
I'm still reading it. I should have done this before.
Let's see. So
Taintor only caught a glimpse of the creature, but Abby was the one who saw most
she
of
got
it.
an eyeful.
The only difference in the description. So we have three groups of people who saw this creature, two of which claim and have orange eyes. Abby and Will. No. Yes?
Yeah, Will.
Will, okay.
We'll just call
Abby
him
and-
Taint from now on.
Abby and Will claim that the creature's eyes were green.
Yeah.
But it's also speculated that it only appeared green because of the reflection of their headlights. I don't know how your eyes become green when there's lights shining on them, but either way.
Because
They had those.
Will didn't say that. Will didn't say the eyes were green, and he
Just-
was driving.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
He did not say the eyes were green?
He didn't say the eyes were green.
Just Abby did?
Just Abby. Right?
Let's see.
I don't know.
Oh, again,
I got
just,
her name
it just
wrong,
says
so-
He
Bravo.
swore on a stack of
She-
Bibles. So
That was Bill.
that's
We've got Bill Bartlett and Will Tainter.
we're talking about Bill here. We're talking about Bill.
We're talking about Will and Abby.
I'm talking about Bill.
Bill said the eyes were orange.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I
Oh my
said
god.
No,
that he didn't say the eyes
You're
were
trying
green.
to save yourself.
No, I'm serious. Because his name is William Bartlett.
Mm-hmm.
Then we started calling him Bill, but in my notes it's Will. So I'm reading off of my Will
All right.
notes here.
There's 2 Wills then.
I didn't know about
Bartlett.
Taintor.
Abby and Taintor, they saw the Dover Demon, and Bill, when he was growing up, had a stutter. So they called him Stuttering Bill.
Stuttering Bill.
And he saw a clown.
Okay.
I don't know where
Silver
this is
dollars
going.
for eyes.
Well, is Mike there too?
Yeah,
Mike
Mike
Hanlon and-
Hanlon.
Ben Hanscom.
He's kind of a chubby
What
kid.
are we talking about?
I'm talking about it.
Chapter 2's
Oh.
coming out pretty soon.
I didn't
comes
watch
out this
that
year, yeah.
movie.
Oh,
I
you
haven't
gotta
read
watch
that
it.
book.
It's really good.
Nope, I'm good. I had nightmares about Pennywise just from seeing the trailers, so I'll pass.
All right. Well, according to the Boston Globe,
Ooh, very
Mm-hmm.
credible.
the location of these sightings, when plotted on a map, form a straight 2-mile line. Whatever that means.
It means that it's a line and it's 2 miles, which means essentially that the Dover Demon traveled in this straight line.
Yeah, but why does that matter?
Because it makes it gives it context. It makes sense.
He was.
But
6,
where's it going?
He was 6 miles away from Eminem.
Oh yeah, because he's on 8 Mile.
Yeah. It's coming together. It's all coming together.
It's all making sense.
We're doing it. We're figuring this out.
But I did go in a little deep on what it could possibly be.
Okay.
Some people have mentioned on the interwebs that it could be Monagishi. Wait, no,
Oh yeah, we're bringing up
Yes.
this thing, right?
yes. And
Let's
so,
see. The Monagishi.
and it's actually the same folklore that we talked about with the Wendigo.
Mm-hmm.
So
Pretty
it comes-
similar.
It's the same tribes actually.
It is
Ojibwa and Cree and all of those tribes, the Algonquian folklore.
yeah. Well, the Monagishi is looks like specific to Cree folklore.
Yeah, but the Memegwesi of the Ojibwe is the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are described as semi-humanoid.
Sexdactylus,
Ooh.
which means
That they're sexy as hell.
it means they have 6 joints, like 6 fingers.
Yeah, 6 fingers.
6 phalanges.
Ooh.
Yes, yeah, 6 phalanges.
Phalanges. They're very thin. They got lanky arms, legs, and big old heads without a nose.
Yep, and they're said to live between rocks in the rapids, and because just for schnitz and giggles, they like to pop out and flip canoes over, causing people to spiral to their death.
That's so wacky.
They like to play jokes on the travelers, and that's their only purpose.
And
Yeah, they're tricksters.
they very similar to little people, I guess you could say.
I thought they were the little people.
Oh, okay. So they're tiny and they flip people's canoes.
Yeah,
They
but
got
that
6 fingers.
and they live in the rocks, so that could explain why
Mhm.
it looks so molded to the rock.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Baxter.
Well, it's interesting too, because what if the Dover Demon was a gargoyle?
What if?
Hence
Okay,
why
well,
it was molded to the rocks.
We can talk about what ifs all day, Alex.
Yeah, let's
No,
do
just
it.
kidding.
All
But
right.
let's get down to the bottom of it.
The brass tacks.
There was
Get
no.
to the taintor of the situation.
God. So
I'm
that's
sorry,
one possible explanation.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Here we go. Because
Here we
this
go.
question
Again.
came up for me
What question?
in research. Why didn't anyone else see it? If it's traveling straight across a 2-mile line here, where did it go? Where did it come from? Where did
Where'd
it
it
go?
go?
Cotton Eye
Cotton
Joe.
Eye Joe.
Yeah, Cotton Eye Joe. All right. So
Eli just actually made that joke like 2 weeks ago.
you
And,
did?
like you made that joke.
I did.
In like the description of one of the
Yeah.
episodes. So you're like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so old, you guys.
Still going with it. Anyways, in some Ojibwe traditions, he can only be seen by children and medicine people.
hmm
So that explains why everyone who saw it was like 17 years old or younger.
Okay.
Okay.
So like, once you hit a certain age, you just don't see it anymore.
Yeah, unless you're practicing like medicine and you're smoking the herbs.
You're toking it.
Yeah. So
You're one with nature.
also, I guess they, in some other traditions, they can be seen by anyone if you come with gifts. Apparently, it really likes tobacco.
Oh,
So
okay.
you just give it some tobacco, and it's like,
All right.
Give it the gift of lung cancer.
yeah, pretty much.
Although
Although they are described as being hairy,
Harry.
and so that's something
Is
that
that so?
yes.
Because
So
Jasmine's got something to the contrary.
No, I don't.
well,
I
the
Oh.
Dover demon isn't hairy. It's described as hairless,
He hasn't gone through
like
puberty
wet
yet.
sandpaper.
Yuck.
Ooh.
That just ugh.
Yeah.
So,
There's two other more realistic explanations, but both of them have no like validity to them because it doesn't make any sense.
The natives know what they're talking about.
One possible explanation was that they saw a foal, but Mr.
a
Coleman
what?
a foal, a baby horse, I think. Isn't that what that is?
Yeah.
A foal?
I got a baby moose.
I got a baby moose as well.
Baby
But going back
Oh,
going
so
back to Lauren
cute.
Coleman, not only is he like a cryptozoologist and all of that, but he was one of the original investigators. He coined the name Dover Demon. Like that's where most of the information of this creature comes from is Lauren Coleman's own investigation.
Okay.
Oh, it's another the guy who did Mongolian death worm.
Yeah, he's the one guy who's got all the
Yeah.
the source and no one else knows about it.
So when it comes to the foal, he said that he canvassed the local horse owners after the incident, and none reported missing any of their horses. Plus, it was not foaling season, whatever that means. I guess it wasn't baby time for the horses.
Yeah, it wasn't baby time.
And then when it comes to the moose, I don't know how you can track how many moose there are in Massachusetts, but apparently in 1977 and 78 there were only 2 moose reported in Massachusetts, both of them in the center of the state. Plus, a moose by that time in April would weigh more than 600 pounds and be bigger than the Volkswagen Bartlett was in when he saw it, said
Ooh.
Coleman. So, those two sound realistic but don't really make any sense for the situation. Also, did you guys read that it might have just been an alien?
Well,
Yeah.
That's the real explanation, right?
How? Well, it could be,
it's
but
the chupacabra that just got
Yeah,
out.
it's Chupacabra hasn't grown its horns in yet.
Yeah, pretty much.
the problem with it being a possible alien is that it doesn't come. Well, the creature resembles aliens, like the Greys, which
Mhm.
people have said in some ways. However, the Dover Demon was not seen in conjunction with any kind of flying saucer, UFO, or any kind of psychic phenomenon, and this comes from Animal Planet. So Animal Planet coming in with the sources.
Ooh.
There was no.
They also said that dogs can see ghosts, and that freaked me out for the longest time.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and then
But
I
dogs
saw ghosts.
can see ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure dogs and cats can
do
see
you really believe that?
the next
Yes.
plane. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Have you seen a dog see a ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, I've seen my
Kind of.
dogs react to things that aren't there.
This is
It-
a
it-
weird tangent, but yes.
I mean, because
Oh well, yeah. You
You-
live in a haunted house, though.
it's true. Well, you figure, because you know how when they go ghost hunting, they're always like, oh, let's try the next, do that little radio box thing that's like trying to do frequencies and stuff.
Mhm.
So you figure, ghosts, or spirits, what have you, are probably on another plane of existence. And who's to say that animals can't see other planes?
Right. I believe
Um,
cats can.
Yeah, I especially when it comes to survival, because they got to deal with not just our world, but probably things from other worlds too, which is why they're always so alert. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if dogs and cats and other animals can just kind of see more things going on.
And Bigfoot can actually traverse into the other dimension.
Yes, and also he takes many lovers.
Many lovers.
But that's for the Bigfoot
That's
month,
for
everybody.
Bigfoot month.
That's a tease. Let's see. We also have an explanation that it was a dog or a monkey.
That's a sick dog and a sick monkey.
Yeah.
They got a monkey escaped from like a perfume department testing
Right.
facility. Let's see. There's also the idea that it's a mutated animal or
Mhm.
escaped experiment.
Or undiscovered natural species.
Or a melon head.
Or a mutation. It could be a freaking melon head. Like, I'm telling you, there's overlap here.
So who would win?
Huh?
Melon
Who would
heads
win in a
versus
fight?
Dover demon. I'm rooting for the Melonheads.
I mean, I guess it depends, because there's maybe 10 to 20 Melonheads at any given time.
Yeah.
'Cause they're more like a tribe.
Yeah, they're
migrating.
Baby-eaten.
Razor tooth having, red eye glowing.
But one-on-one.
Big head phenomenons.
Dover Demon versus
Well,
one Melonhead.
Don't forget, they have a blue Granada, so...
Oh,
They
yeah.
run that
they
sucker
know how
over.
to drive.
Yeah, so...
And all the Dover Demon seems to know is bang on cars. Like,
Yeah, well, Dover Demon's roadkill.
Willy Billy.
That's true.
A year later.
If you guys don't know what we're referring to when we're talking about the Melonheads, take a listen to last week's episode where we discuss them.
Yeah, go back and do your research, you bums. What are you doing, skipping episodes?
No. See, we did the research for them. All they have to do is absorb it.
We do the research for you, but don't skip episodes because it's very crucial. It's all planned out. We're not doing this on the fly, being like, "What's the next week's episode?" Oh.
This is all meticulously planned out. We have a season finale in store.
It's gonna go off
We
with a
do?
bang.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're gonna blow up
we
the
do.
house. We're gonna blow up the world.
You're Albert Einstein and we belong together.
I guess, is that kind of it for the Dover Demon?
Well, I want
That's
to
all
talk
got.
more about William Bartlett just for a minute because I find it interesting. He is embarrassed by all of
Then why'd he
this.
swear on a stack of Bibles?
Because at the time he wanted to be believed, but I have a couple of quotes from him just saying, he says, "In a lot of ways it's kind of embarrassing to me. I definitely saw something. It was definitely weird. I didn't make it up, but sometimes I wish I had. It's a thing that's been following me for years, not the creature, but the story.
Oh.
Sometimes I dread every Halloween getting calls about it." And fun fact, he drew this sketch when he first saw it. He's now a professional artist, but he's never drawn a picture of the Dover Demon again. He's quoted as saying, "I'm a serious fine arts painter. I don't want people to think I'm some freak. I shouldn't be embarrassed, but you see these people on TV and they're made to look like idiots. I really do wish that I had made it up. I might have profited from it. It's a great story."
I mean, there's still time. Hey,
It's never too
Billy
late to see it again.
Bartlett, Mr. William Bartlett. If you're a fine art painter, just paint some nice pictures of Dover Demon. You can sell them for a pretty good price at Cryptid cons.
I know, we gotta go to one of those.
I have another fun fact. I
Ooh.
just forgot. I wrote this down. It's the weirdest fun fact. Totally irrelevant, but it does have to deal with the Dover Demon. You search this name on Google. Who knows what'll pop up. Did you know that the story of the Dover Demon has inspired a makeup? It's an eyeshadow. The eyeshadow is from a company called Notoriously Morbid, and the description for the eyeshadow is a humanoid creature sighted in 1977 by the residents of Dover, Massachusetts. This alien-like creature is only spotted in heavily wooded areas and sometimes walks on all fours. A pale light blue-gray with a strong light golden overlay.
Interesting.
Because of the orange eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're
that's-
catching on.
Pretty sick.
Hey, he's. I feel like they owe royalties to Mr. Bartlett now.
Check out my Twitter for a makeup tutorial. No, just kidding. I don't do that.
And then I guess one final little detail about the Dover Demon.
Men in Black. Men in Black.
Did you find stuff about Men in Black?
I did.
Whoa, whoa.
Go for it,
Alright,
Jasmine.
for
You know what? I'll say my fact,
Okay.
and then we'll continue with Jasmine's
Sure.
really good research, because I think she's killing it this episode.
Oh, thank
She
you.
is. She is.
So one final fact about the Dover Demon is his first name is Ben.
No, it's not. You are ridiculous.
Do you get it, though?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I found this story. It's only slightly. It's interesting. It's kind of like a tree branch from the stump of the Dover Demon, if that analogy makes any sense. I was looking at Lauren Coleman's actual website and trying to find more information on the Dover Demon. I came across an article where he talks about the Men in Black experience he had in Ohio. Well, he didn't have the experience in Ohio. Someone he knows had an experience in Ohio. Anyways, this is what it says. So 2 months after the first sighting of the Dover Demon, 2, quote, Men in Black appeared at the Dover house. Side note, The Dover House was a group home in Dover for emotionally disturbed boys, serving as a residential branch of the treatment center, the Walker School for Boys, in nearby Needham, Massachusetts. And in 1977 and 1978, Coleman was Walker School's overnight program director and a social work master's graduate therapy intern there. So that's why he's here at the Dover House. And so these two men show up, and a woman at the school gave the men Coleman's address so that they could reach him, but they never contacted him. However, the men told the woman not to tell anyone about the Dover Demon. And apparently, they wore black leather jackets and white motorcycle helmets. They stood perfectly erect with their arms by their sides and spoke in a monotone voice. And they identified themselves as investigators from the National Geographic. So Coleman spoke to a friend he has in Ohio, in what appears to be another coincidence, who experienced the same thing. The man said that after a sighting in Ohio, sighting of what? I'm not sure. But after a sighting in Ohio, two men fitting the same description, talking the same way, and also identifying themselves as being from National Geographic, demanded of some witnesses that they not say a word about what they saw. So that's just kind of an interesting connection between two mysteries of the world, the Dover Demon and the Men in Black, which
Interesting.
I didn't know were possibly a real thing until very recently. I always just thought it was Will Smith walking around in sunglasses.
No, the Men in Black are sketch.
Yeah.
They're totally like, if they show up, you know you're involved.
Very gross.
Very sketch.
Yeah. Well, that's another offshoot of the phalange of the Dover Demon.
And that reminds me of the time when Shia LaBeouf broke the metatarsals in his foot.
Oh.
Shia LaBeouf has come up twice now.
He's our next cryptid.
I wonder if we can get him in on the podcast.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf, if you're listening,
Do you wanna be a
contact us
part?
via Twitter. We'd love to have you in the podcast room.
Yeah, send us a tweet at cryptidcampfirepodcast@gmail.com.
Send us a tweet at our email.
Yeah,
So-
tweet our email.
Tweet our email.
And-
Email our Twitter.
Yeah, email our Twitter and regran our Facebooks.
Are we
What?
closing it out? Are we done for the day, guys?
I mean,
Yes.
who would win?
Who
Did
would
we
win?
decide who
well,
would win?
we didn't
Yeah,
really...
we said Melonheads.
The Melonheads.
Oh.
Dover Demons Roadkill.
Oh, sure. What the heck? You know what? I don't remember that, but okay.
You don't remember that?
No, not at all.
You're literally... you were in the conversation. It was you and Eli talking.
I know. I just don't remember.
You're going to have to go back and listen to this podcast.
I'm gonna have to listen to this to figure out what my opinion was on the Dover Demon.
He's forgotten already.
Yeah, oh man, it's been wild. This
It's a
New
wild
Year's
one.
already crazy. But thank you for listening, everybody. If you want, you can always go ahead and contact us on the Twitters. Mine is Alex Daikaiju. It's DAIKAIJU. You can go ahead and drop me a question or comment about anything cryptid related or giant monsters. And what about you?
You can slide into my DMs, but don't be weird about it, at
Ooh.
Jasmine May W, JasmineMaeW. Eli, why are you laughing so hard?
Nah, I'm
You-
not
you-
even gonna say.
you-
I'm just gonna.
You've came toward
Don't-
his mind.
Don't slide into my DMs. Have a nice conversation with me in my
in a public forum.
At me, bro.
At me, bro. At me. I am at EJ Workshop, spelt how it sounds. And please message me about Bigfoot or movies. I'm desperate for friends.
Or movies
Oh, wait,
about
I'm sorry.
Bigfoots.
I'm not desperate for friends. I have two good friends here, right?
Hello, everybody.
All right, fellas.
All right, let's close the book on the Dover Demon.
Excuse me.
See you next week, y'all.